Hi there, my name's Edie. Um, I'm here. I just want to talk about the economy for a little bit because it's being misunderstood and it's always been covered up. And it's time that we stop it. The New Deal era occurred long, long, long time ago, and then they didn't explain it to our parents well what was going on. They always said that you have to raise interest rates and it's the economy, the markets are doing too well. That's how they sounded. They sounded so ridiculous. So back in the day, nobody understood at all. But it's simple. And the New Deal era was simple, and you could get it from, sources. Even Martin Luther King give people money, and you got purchasers. Anyway, um, high wages for all equals great business, equals fantastic booming stock markets, equals permanent surplus, and that's it. It's that simple. Interest rates are raised only to make more profit. That's how they make more profit, if they raise them. And they do it if they can get away with it. If they can't get away with it, they don't. And so the markets, like recently, were reacting because they can't get away with it. Well, of course they can't get away with it, and they destroy the economy to do that. Back in the when Reagan was president in the early 80s, interest rates went up 26%. And in consequence, mortgages, this was mortgages. In consequence, move-in ready went from $300 a month to $600 a month, and it just was crushing in that economy. And so now people in the lower middle classes, they can't move, and they don't have anywhere to go. There's no move-in ready homes. They're all destructo properties if it didn't cost you $100,000 to buy the thing. And it's outrageous, and it doesn't have to be that way. And raising interest rates did that. And they have to keep it at a low rate only. You don't make money that way. That's ridiculous. So, anyway, and I have my notes here. Anyway, 2007, we had that big crash, and they ran out of liquidity, as they call it, which means they ran out of money and just hand over to you. So the real thing and the real going on behind it and the dark state and all this business and Mr. Dark Log, well, the energies are coming in, and Earth is not already the same. You hear all the other people talking about it, and whoever, channelers, whoever, but the sun's not the same now, and the light energies are coming in, and quite frankly, that over control that's been on our society, that's being spoken of freely in the alternative media from, not just Alex Jones, but tons of them. David Icke and Tessarian, and there's just a bunch of them, and a bunch of channelers. Just look around on the net, and you'll see these people talking about all that. And anyway, I feel like layers are kind of going away. And when that happens, we're going to get control of our countries again. But anyway, they were above money, really. And, Rockefeller and the Rothschilds and all these people were above money, and that was the lower echelon above money. And they would just, voila on the economy in that way, and they didn't need poor people. They didn't need everybody to be rich. Matter of fact, they needed you poor, because if we're poor, we can't go sue for our rights. We can't get pummeled upon, and we can't be over-controlled. And so they wanted to keep us poor. And they're still working on it for some reason, And, but I think it's going to get to a point where we need to understand, and Now the everybody and the light and everybody wants to talk about gold and how we need that. Well, we do because of crooks. Otherwise, you don't really, but need it backed by gold. But you do because of crookedness and money poofing off, and them wanting to do that. And they can make sure that our economy is stable. They can make sure that we get into decent housing. It's the law because that's our basic safety, and the government's for us, not the other way around. Yeah, we're not here for the government. We are the government's here for us, and anything that doesn't work, we have to take care of that, and we don't need to send people to Congress who think they can make decisions for us. We have to make those decisions, and they go just report it. That's all the government's supposed to do. So, anyway, the money meme was put in just to over control us, a long time ago. It's a game, a board game, probably had cards with it. And anyway, I think I have it here. I want to talk about groceries. Groceries being $5 for this, $5 for that. Well, there's two symptoms that tell you it's a Great Depression, like in 1933, one symptom is groceries take up half your salary. Well, that's going on right now. The other symptom is nowhere to move if you're poor. Nowhere to go. You're just out of luck. You don't even have a house to go look at. And if you do, it's the biggest dump you've ever laid eyes on. you know, and it's unreal. And so there's that. And we can help keep groceries down right now by simply not buying certain items. And cereal's been kept down forever because of that. Now they're trying to crash through and make it $5. Well, it'll hell freeze over before I buy cereal for $5. And that's the way everything should be, really. And meanwhile, the dark state and what they've been doing in the 2000s and everything, probably before that and probably forever, but they just, they have this money, and so it's not real money, but they, the government builds buildings and buildings and buildings of all different kinds. I heard from where I'm from, in Fort Worth Ridgemar Mall that opened up in 1976. Well, it's on its death knell. And they've done that to malls and, everywhere. By just building buildings you don't need so that we can keep the economy going and keep these certain jobs going and so on and so forth. And the truth is, most jobs are even kind of fake. We weren't supposed to be in this money meme. We're supposed to be here to earn and learn knowledge and all that. And that's a self-learning library, which is going to be my other video, which is going to be run by the people, owned by the people, run by the people. It will show you how it will be run in pure democracy. And it's going to be everybody's home. It's not going to be just this guy's more important or something. It's not going to be that way anymore. But that's why we're here. And we should just be given a lot of money, and that'll get the economy going. I'm sorry, that's the cure that will happen right now. They've already got high tech, frankly, to take care of menial jobs and all kinds of things. They got replicators. They've got this super high tech, they say, that, we have what we need. And meanwhile, here in the United States, notice that it's communist United States. There is only a few guys, one guy who owns everything. He owns the Walmart, he owns the stores of the dollar varieties. He's affiliated with the rest of the big shots, and everybody else is just not really there unless you're like a little restaurant or something. And, Russia probably has more of diversity. Maybe not. When you watch those travel videos, it doesn't looks the same. But anyway, it's important to know these things. It's important to know how hard it is and how frightening it is to be poor. and that you don't do that to people, and that we're all owed a living, and honest people work for a living if it's a real job that needs to be doing. It's the dishonest people who won't. Well, we don't want them working. They're the ones that hurt at work. So we need to straighten all this out this way by giving everybody money. And they can do it. I don't care if it's in the form of marbles. It just better not be digital unless you want the government up your ass. So if you don't, they'll just take your money away because they pretend they owe something they don't know. That's how they behave without ethics. So it's important not to go digital. But we do need to be given a lot of money. And we need to all let everybody understand that we have the money. That solves all the rest of the problems, doesn't it? And it sure does. Anyway, thank you. Comment. Please wait and look at the self-learning library. It's exciting. It's your home. And it's going to be up to you as much as any me. Thanks.